Welcome back to Topverse. In this video, we're exploring the most inaccessible places on Earth. I genuinely believe that some of these locations would be insanely famous if there wasn't something stopping us from getting there. And the last one is a place that only a few people will ever reach. And I honestly don't think any of us will make it there in this lifetime. All right, starting at number 10. We've got the Krynicina volcano. This is easily one of the coolest nested landscapes on Earth. You've got an island with a lake, and inside that lake is a smaller island, and right on that island, a perfectly shaped volcano. Like, yeah, nature was absolutely showing off here. So why is this place so inaccessible? First location. This volcano sits on one cotton island, part of the Kuril Islands. Getting here usually means long boat trips through rough seas or a helicopter, and even then, the weather decides if you're landing or not. And yes, this is an active volcano. There are over 50 islands out here, and most of them are completely uninhabited. This entire region sits right on the Pacific Ring of Fire, which means earthquakes, active volcanoes, and constant seismic activity are normal here. Make flying or landing incredibly risky. For normal people, this place is basically off limits, and that's why it takes the number 10 spot. But going even deeper, at number 9, we got the Potomsky crater. And this place is just weird. Deep in the Siberian wilderness, there's this massive cone-shaped structure that looks exactly like an impact crater. Here's the problem. It's not a meteor crater, and it's not a volcano either. What makes this even crazier is the location. There are no cities nearby, no roads, just endless forest in every direction. Scientists still argue about how this thing formed. Some theories say gas explosions, others suggest underground pressure, but no one can fully agree. And that's rare for something this big. Okay, at number 8, we have the Ksar Dra Fortress. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. From above, you don't see roads leading here, you don't see a nearby village. It's like someone dropped a fortified settlement into the Sahara, just walked away. Now imagine trying to get here on foot, but what we know about this place is a complete mystery. And that's part of what makes it so interesting. It's believed to be an ancient fortified settlement, likely built as a defensive stronghold in the Sahara. There are no clear records of who built it, exactly when it was abandoned, or even why. And that's exactly why it earns its spot on this list. And coming in at number 7, we have the Eye of the Sahara. And this might be the most beautiful thing you can see on Google Maps. Because from the ground, this place doesn't look like much. You could literally be standing right inside it and not even realize what you're standing on. But the moment we zoom out, everything changes. This thing is about 40 kilometers wide. That's not a formation, that's an entire region. And that's what makes the Eye of the Sahara different from almost every other place on this list. It's not impressive because of height, danger, or destruction. It's impressive because you need distance just to understand it. For years, people thought this was a meteor impact crater. I mean, look at it. That theory makes total sense. But scientists later realized this wasn't caused by an asteroid at all. It's actually a massive geological dome that slowly eroded over millions of years. Some people even believe this could be connected to the lost city of Atlantis. There's no proof of that, but I like to believe this theory is the real one. And of course, just like the name suggests, this structure sits right in the Sahara Desert. And worse than that, it's in one of the most brutal parts of the Sahara. Okay, and at number 6, we call this one the Infinity Portal. And when you first spot it on Google Earth, it honestly makes sense why. Now here's where the theories go crazy. Online, people claim it's a portal. Some say it's an underground entrance. Others say it's a glitch spot. And according to these theories, the reason it's surrounded by old military vehicles is because it's being guarded. And yeah, if you zoom around the area, you can actually see tanks and target-looking vehicles scattered nearby. But now, let me tell you the less viral and way more believable explanation. The location lines up with the China Lake military testing area, and based on descriptions of facilities in this area. What you're actually looking at is a saltwater pool designed to simulate the ocean surface for radar and measurement testing. It's basically a man-made fake ocean in the middle of the desert. Now, here's the part that makes this perfect for this list. Even if you know the exact coordinates, that doesn't mean you can actually go there. At number 5, we have Cerro Ilono. This massive mountain in the middle of the rainforest looks exactly like a pyramid. What makes this even more interesting is that it's located deep inside the Amazon. Reaching this place is almost impossible. To put that into perspective, there are no ground-level photos of it. The only images we have come from satellites. One theory says this could be an ancient pyramid built by a lost civilization and slowly swallowed by the Amazon over thousands of years. According to geologists, this place is most likely a natural rock formation. And if we look at it from another angle, it just looks like a normal mountain. Both explanations kind of make sense, because if this were man-made, the Amazon would be the perfect place to hide it. Most people who ever see Cerro Ilono will only see it from above. And what makes this pyramid-shaped mountain even more unsettled is that it's not the only mystery tied to this region, because for over 100 years, people have believed the Amazon is hiding an entire lost city. A city known simply as the Lost City of Z. And the man who became obsessed with finding it was Percy Fawcett. And Percy Fawcett wasn't just a random guy. He was a trained British explorer, cartography, and a military officer. And he was also the guy who inspired the Indiana Jones movies. In the early 1900s, he led multiple expeditions deep into the Amazon rainforest, mapping regions that were completely unknown at the time. And during those expeditions, Fawcett heard the same story over and over again. Local tribes talked about ancient cities hidden in the jungle and large populations that existed long before Europeans arrived. But of course, Fawcett didn't believe this was a myth. He believed that the Amazon once supported advanced civilizations and that the jungle had slowly swallowed them. According to his journals, he was convinced that City Z was real, not just a village. Using a system called Lyre, scientists were finally able to see through the jungle canopy, and what they found was insane. Beneath the trees, they discovered massive earthworks, ancient roads, geometric structures, and entire settlements swallowed by the forest. Exactly what Fawcett believed over 100 years ago. And modern technology is proving he might have been right. And the truth about Cerro Ilono and the lost city of Z might not be revealed for many years. And at number 4, we have something that looks completely fake. This is Lake Hiller, a lake so pink it looks like someone spilled paint in the middle of an island. But the worst part is that we can't casually visit this lake. There are no nearby cities and no highways that lead here. For a long time, no one really knew why this lake was pink. But the color comes from microorganisms, mainly algae and bacteria, that produce red pigments when exposed to extremely high salt levels. Basically, the lake is so salty that only these organisms can survive there, and over time, they turn the entire body of water pink. There's basically only one way to experience this place: a 1-hour aerial flyover. But helicopters aren't allowed to land on the island, which means you can't actually step inside the lake or even take a swim. Going by boat is even worse because access to the island itself is completely restricted, which makes Lake Hiller one of the most inaccessible places on the planet. And at number 3, we have a place that looks like hell on Earth. And that's not an exaggeration. This is the Danakil Depression, one of the most extreme environments on the planet. From above, the colors don't even make sense. It looks like the ground is melting. This is one of the only regions on Earth where 3 tectonic plates are literally pulling apart in real time, which means the ground here is unstable. Toxic gases constantly leak from the Earth. It's also one of the hottest places on the planet, with temperatures that regularly push past 45 degrees Celsius. And you can't just come here and dip your foot into an acid pool. You can actually visit this place without any real problem. There are even guided tours. But everything here feels like it was designed to seriously hurt you. And at number 2, we have Ulukan Sis. And I'll admit, this one breaks the rules just a little. This place was first noticed after someone flying over the region spotted rock formations that didn't look natural at all. And the stones here are unlike anything else in the world. The problem is that this place is so remote that even satellite imagery struggles to capture it in high resolution. Large areas load blurry, and some sections barely load at all. The nearest city is hundreds of kilometers away, and that city itself is already one of the most remote in Russia. Reaching this place would take days of travel on foot, dealing with freezing temperatures, unpredictable weather, and the constant risk of encountering bears. So, I think this might be one of the most unexplored frontiers on Earth today. And finally, at number 1, we have Sotra Island. This is one of those places where only images can truly show how different and unique it is. Just to have an idea how different this place is. Nearly 40% of the plants on this island exist nowhere else on Earth. You could film an entire Star Wars movie here, and no one would question it. The most famous example is the dragon blood tree, a massive umbrella-shaped tree that looks like it came straight out of a sci-fi movie. When its bark is cut, it releases a deep red resin, which is why locals say the tree bleeds. For centuries, that resin was used as medicine, and this place has a city with around 10,000 people. Yet, it's still completely inaccessible. Even with a visa, you can't just decide to come here. The only way to enter this island is with government approval, and that almost never happens. I'm convinced that if anyone could travel to this island, it would be one of the most famous places on the planet. Thanks for watching Topverse. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this.